Mayor Keller, as you know, is a great supporter of the arts, and he's continuing our support for this program, and he's going to deliver the big news. So, Mayor Keller, I'm going to give it over to you.
All right. Thank you. Good evening, Albuquerque. Good evening, Burke. I got to tell you, there are some things, like when you're a little kid, you dream about doing, fighter pilot, whatever it is. The funny thing is, when I first ran for mayor, I actually was like, man, one of the cool things I get to do is announce the new Poet Laureate. And so this is really cool. And also extra special, too, to do it with a lot of folks that I happen to know a little bit and have actually been a guide for me in my career, including Valerie, and actually half this room, as I see here in front of me. So let me also say this, just in case I think it applies to a lot of you. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today and for helping all of this happen. So before I announce things, I think I just want to share 2 points with you. The first one is about something special that we're doing at the city. Has anyone seen or heard of our One Albuquerque campaign? Did anyone see this? Look pretty good? Stoic Frame shout-outs. I love it. So if you haven't seen this, and I think someone's wearing the shirt, but Carlos Contreras is running around, Hakeem's been part of this, of course, Shel Sanchez. But it's just the beginning, and you should definitely look at it you can look at the mayor's Facebook page if you want to see it. But it's basically, it's the concept, and there's a lot behind this, but I just want to touch on it. When you see the words One Albuquerque, they're also sort of arranged in a way that spells out One Burke. And so, of course, Manny has been working with me on how to properly pronounce that. But I think I picked it up pretty fast. Anyway, so this concept is something that we really believe in, actually. And it's much more than kind of an awareness or a branding campaign. It's actually about how to engage the community in all aspects of civic and community life. And so the idea is that over time, we are coming together as one city, no matter where we're from, no matter if we just moved here, whether we have, our histories go back here 400 years or since time immemorial, or where we live, whether we're from Barelas or whether we're from the Heights. The idea is we're coming together as one city around the things that we love about Albuquerque and also around the challenges that we face. And so you're going to see us rolling out ways to not only celebrate the things that we love, but also help the challenges that we face. And so that is actually kind of a guiding umbrella for us. And I will tell you it's somewhat controversial because the notion of returning to this idea of our heritage, of celebrating who we are as Burqueños, is not something that's totally popular with everyone. And so what we're trying to do with this, and I think in a very creative and artistic way, is we're saying, you know what? You can be Albuquerque and you can be Burque, and that's okay. And that's part of what makes us special, and we'll sort of be articulating all of that. So anyway, there is a whole thesis behind it. Ask Carlos if you want to hear more. So let's get to the piece at hand, which is part of that mission. The Poet Laureate program in Albuquerque is very special. It is part of our Cultural Services Department. And it's something that, for me, actually in many ways provided inspiration when I moved back to Albuquerque originally and when I got into public service. And now I'm proud to say that we have one Poet Laureate on staff, of course, Hakeem. Bellamy is now our Deputy of Cultural Services. And we are working with all our former Poet Laureates, actually through Carlos, in ways in which we can articulate everything that is awesome and also our history, both good and not so good, and that sort of grittiness that is part of our city. And so I need help with those words, and our city needs help with those words, and providing that is actually our Poet Laureate program. So it's time that we announce the latest addition to that. And I didn't know who it was till I was right outside the door, and but I'm excited because I know her. And that's also awesome, by the way. So you're not alone anymore. And so we need a little drum roll. Get ready for Albuquerque's next Poet Laureate. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Michelle Otero. Woo!
guys just go with me everywhere. I'm so excited, and some of you sitting in this room knew why you were coming, and others didn't, and so surprise, those of you who didn't. And so a few things. Thank you so much, Mayor Tim Keller. It's especially exciting to be the first Poet Laureate in this particular administration. Just to be able to work with an administration that is thinking about one Albuquerque and one Burque, and is speaking honestly about our challenges and not getting stuck in them, and sees a way forward and wants to include people in crafting what that vision can look like, is so exciting to me. And to be able to do that through poetry is especially exciting. So I just drove in from Sedona, where all of the Oteros are gathered, not all of us, about 70 of us are gathered for the first annual Otero family reunion. So on the count of 3, I'm gonna ask you all to turn and look at my husband, Henry. He's holding my phone. And you're just gonna say, hello, Oteros, okay? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Hello, Oteros. So at first I was really concerned about having to get back, about having to leave that to come here, and then I realized it was just perfect, because the first people who gave me words and who taught me to love language and art and story were my mom and dad and my grandparents and all of those cousins and aunts and uncles, some of whom are with us still and some of whom our ancestors are in the spirit world now. So I just want to call all of them into the room, bring them here with us. I'm especially grateful for the rain. We brought it with, I know it started here, it kind of met us. I have a poem about rain that I'll read a little later in the night, and there are so many people to thank. And so first and foremost, my mom and dad, my grandparents, my siblings. I'm the 4th Poet Laureate, and I'm also the 4th sibling. I'm also honored to be the oldest Poet Laureate, so yay, middle age. And también soy la primera poeta que es bilingüe. Entonces estoy muy agradecida de poder presentar poesía en español y en inglés. I'm really excited to be able to present poetry in English and Spanish and in Spanglish with my Pocho accent. And I want to especially thank my husband Henry, my stepkids Paloma and Kiki, my suegra Priscilla, my sister-in-law Sarah, who made this amazing cake that you all are going to taste in intermission, and all of my poetry guides who have helped me get this far. I want to thank Levi and Shell for writing such great letters of recommendation, so thank you, yay. And just all the friends and family, and friends who are like family, and family who are like friends, actually, because that's not always the case, right? So I just want to thank all of you so much for being here. We're in for a really great night tonight. We're going to hear from our 3 previous Poets Laureates, so I want to thank Hakeem for paving the way. I want to thank Jessica for being a fellow Deming Wildcat. That's right. And for, I do it like, yeah, Wildcats. I think, you know, we had great English teachers in high school. I think she and I were both really blessed, so I want to thank my high school English teachers. And I want to thank Manuel for just always bringing so much heart every time you read, and for bringing your daughter along the way. And always showing up anytime I've asked you, like even on really short notice, like, hey, at 4, there's a thing happening. So thank you for the service that you've given, and I'm just so honored to be stepping into this role. So I look forward to sharing some poetry with you a little later tonight, and I'm going to turn it back over to Val to get on with the rest of the program. Thank you all.